Hmm. Sugarcane Farm. Sugarcane Farm. Maybe we wait till it's not raining. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Vanilla. In today's episode, I think we're going to work on that sugarcane farm and maybe think about where we want to put the bee farm up the back. But yeah, the timing was a little bit off there. So we'll get a sleep, we'll get rid of this rain, and then we'll see what we have available to make the farm. Oh, hey buddy. Don't like the rain? Alright, so we do have plenty of redstone. But the main thing that I need to check is, okay, we've got plenty of nether quartz too. So we can easily make all the stuff that we need. The limiting factor will be iron. We've got a little bit. But if I want to make all the pistons for it, yeah, we need to do some mining. So I might just duck down into the cave systems down here. Why does it look so funny the way? Hold on. What? Why does that look so funny the way I'm running? Oh god, I'm wheezy. My hay fever. Oh dear. But we're going to jump down here and I'm just going to try and find a few pieces. Spread around the area if I can. Yeah, I'm sure I'll find something and then we can get to work. That was so silly. Oh my goodness. Alright. See you in a sec. Ooh. Danger zone, but that looks like another... It is. What is it though? It's a spider. Okay. Very interesting. Nice. Okay. Buddy, I think we might have enough. Well, maybe we need a little more. Ow! My face. So, with that, I now have... just over 2 stacks. Not too bad. We'll get that cooking. We might even get a second one cooking as well. We got a few diamonds, a few other bits and pieces too. That can all get stored away. And I'm going to prepare myself a bunch of pistons, a bunch of redstone, and a bunch of materials to get ready for a build over there. I think we're going to try out some mangrove and some bone blocks mixed in with it as well this time. So we'll head down, grab what bones we have available from this little farm, and hopefully we can come up with something pretty nice. I kind of want to use this as a bit of a test. We started doing some things with bone blocks as well here, but I want to use this as a bit of a test of what we can do with mangrove, bone blocks, dark oak, and deep slate. So I'll set up some chests, get the area ready, and we should be good to go. Whoa, that's bouncy. We just need one more image of me running down those stairs. Why is this? Okay. All right. I may have needed a little bit more iron, and somehow as I was searching caves, I stumbled across a giant iron vein. So I'm just quickly going through, not even going to do this whole thing or even close. I'm just following the trail a little bit and getting myself, yeah, a good amount. This should do just nicely. Oh, even more. I'm sure I could follow this forever. Ooh. Nice. Ooh, even nicer. Ooh. Okay. I'll grab a few more bits of this and then we should be able to get started. Alright. So let's clear this area out a little bit and get started on our farm. Now with 1.19, I'm actually going to change the way I do things with this. Because now we have this magical block called mud. And as far as I remember, hold on. Yep. Bloop. And I think, yes. So you can make mud out of normal dirt quite easily. That means that even if you don't have a mangrove biome nearby, you can get hold of this. And the reason why this is important is because mud, as you can see by the way my feet are sort of sitting there, is not actually a full block. If we go to my F3 and I find a good spot where I can zoom in on that so that it's nice and visible, you can see that we're actually 77.875 Y height, whereas usually standing on top of normal blocks, it should be even numbers. The reason why that's important is because with our fancy little friend here, if we put a full block and drop something on top of it, it doesn't actually drop through into the hopper, but That does. So this means that we don't really have to worry about using minecarts. Now, of course, you can use minecarts if you're doing a huge setup, but for smaller things like what I'm going to do, it's actually probably not as laggy to just use a handful of hoppers. Now, I remember seeing somewhere that a hopper minecart is about the same amount of lag as, say, 20-ish hoppers in a world. Someone please forgive me if I've got that wrong, but it's somewhere along those lines. And that means that we can put down about 20 of these without really worrying about having more lag than we need to. Not that it's going to cause that much lag anyway. But I've got myself 48 hoppers because I'm going to do a 4x12 setup. How are we looking for time? Not too bad. So with all that, I've got some things over here ready for building, but more importantly, I have the stuff that I need to actually make this farm. So let's get started. Let's just clear out the rubbish. So we do have a center of this right here, and we'll just use this to quickly mark 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That seems like the perfect position to me. So if that's the center, what I'm going to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and we're going to set this up from here. And the way we're going to do it is extremely simple. I need some of that water. First of all, we will set up our hoppers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. And the same on the other side. And I'm obviously going to need more than this to finish it up, but for now, that's what we need underneath. And then I'm just going to put my mud on top of it. Excuse me, buddy. Thank you. Excuse me, buddy. Once again, thank you. Now, in reality, I didn't need to remove quite that much, but it was just good to get it out of the way so I could see what I was doing. And while I'm in the process of doing this, I've only got dirt left. I will say that I have been sort of considering doing a little series where I release every now and again called Minecraft Done Quick, where simple farms like this and basic things like the melon and pumpkin, maybe even bee farms, oftentimes I find when I'm looking for a tutorial, they're always super, super long, and they don't need to be. I'm kind of thinking about doing a series where I just give you all the information as quick as possible so that you can build a farm with no fuss, or just get a reminder. So, for example, like Sugarcane Farm in 3 minutes. Here's the materials you need, here's the process to make it, here's how to solve a couple of different variables, and that's it. Done. Let me know what you guys think about that. What do you reckon, buddy? Okay, so I'll set this whole place up to be watertight, and we'll get ourselves an infinite water source going. From there, most of you know the drill. Fill it in with water next to the block that you're going to be putting your sugarcane on. Sleep before it gets dark, a very important step. A block over top of the water, pistons on top of that block facing inwards. Oops. So you just stand on the inside where the sugarcane's going to go. A block behind the pistons. Buddy. And then it's as simple as redstone on top of those blocks. Maybe remove a tree if it's in the way. And then you stand on where the redstone is and face inwards to place your observers so that they're facing the correct way. Like so, and like so. That's it. That is a 48 block sugarcane farm. Oh, we've got 47. Now I can just plant the sugarcane. That's so disappointing. Maybe I've got one in storage. And I'm just going to grab a little glass to block off the end. Maybe some of this iron too, because we could use a few more hoppers. Have any of you grown? I just want to get one more. Please. But for the time being, we're going to actually block off these bits at the back. And at the front here, I'm just going to put some glass so we can see through. Come on. One of you grow. Do I have any more somewhere? Please. But in reality, it's kind of simple. A very simple design, nothing too complicated about it. Once you know how to build it once, you can kind of build as many as you like, as big as you like. I know a lot of people like to not use that many observers, but I find them quite cheap to craft. Once you've gotten into the nether once, you can pretty much get enough to make this much easily. And not only that, it is ever so slightly more efficient. Having to wait for only one to grow, say you had the N1, means that other ones could grow to their full potential and be wasting growing time. So It's a little bit, but not much. So if you would like to see a tutorial on how to do this nice and quickly, just as a bit of a freshener or a reminder, or even just a tutorial in general to teach you how to do it in the first place, let me know. So with that, I think this should be up and running. I am going to have to do, a little bit of searching down here to find the edges of those so that we can just bring it into a chest here. Yeah, place that there. Quickly just drown ourselves to do that. And we'll do that. Do. The second chest can go underneath just so that we have a bit more storage, and we're done. That is it. We can have a little access panel at the front or a doorway on whatever building we build to get access to the sugarcane. That's it. It's not going to be incredibly fast. You need to do a lot bigger than this if you want something of very, very high yield. But for our purposes, this should be running in the background most of the time we're around this area. I think we'll be just fine. So with that, I'm going to do some building. And we'll make a little house around the outside of this. Just going to do a quick time lapse and then we'll pop back in and maybe connect it up to everything nicely. Should be good. This will be very helpful once we get ourselves a elytra. All right, buddy. Building time. Okay. This doesn't look too bad. Definitely slightly different. I'm not sure about this little post here. I might change that up ever so slightly, but at the end of the day, it's kind of a nice looking building. Oh, hi. But as you see here, we've got ourselves a building around the whole area now, and cool, it started to work. Very nice. So now that's just going to run in the background whenever we're in this area loaded. Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that. I'll have to see how I feel. We might change it up ever so slightly. But I kind of went for a slightly different style, and I think we may even mimic that a little bit on this building, just to bring some continuity to the two. Yeah, let's see if I can get up there. Something like this. And even though it's dark oak, it's still going to look okay. And like that. Nice. Yeah, that's pretty good. Sort of a little bit of similarities between the two. Obviously, that terracotta is slightly different, but it is made out of the original materials. So I think I'll leave it like that, but we'll do the rest of the buildings in this area with that other block palette. I used the mangrove sparingly in this one and focused more on the spruce, deep slate and bone blocks. But I do think it adds a really nice splash of colour. And then for some of the other buildings, we can do doorways and even window shutters and stuff out of that to tie it all together. I really like it. And that's still working. Cool. That is a successful sugarcane farm. Nice. And the reason I wanted to set this up now is because I'm starting to reach the point where I feel like getting elytra. Not necessarily just yet, but we're getting pretty close. So that means setting ourselves up, okay, that's all right. That means setting ourselves up with a gunpowder source potentially as well. Right now I don't have that much, so a little farm somewhere could be quite nice. And we also need to find out what direction the stronghold's in. So, hello? Excuse you, where did you come from? Do we have... No. We need to find some Endermen. And that may be a nighttime trip. Right now, I'm happy with that. Yeah, it looks good sitting there. Very happy with it. And we will do... Oh, get out of the way. We will do a bee farm up the back as well, but not in this episode. But I have this little area here where we can have the pathway going up on top and do a similar style bee farm here. I like it. So let's just wait until the night comes. I will probably go over to that flat area over there and see whether we can get a Enderman to spawn. Maybe I'll just grab myself a shield as well. That one's pretty weak. Okay, let's see if we can get some pearls. Ooh, pretty. Enderman. Lots of Enderman. Okay. Oh, thank you. Okay, Enderman. Let's tango. Come here. Oh, God. Okay. Where'd the others go? Come here. Come here. Both of you. Yeah. Okay. I've got what I need. I'll spend the rest of the night, see if I can find a couple more. Oh my God, I'm absolutely porcupined. And then we can at least find out the direction that we want to be heading. Now, Enderman, come. Come here, Enderman. Well, no such luck. But we did get Melohy, the music disc. So, sure, we'll call it a win. For now, though, I can do this and this and point myself in the direction of the stronghold. Let's see. That way. Almost perfectly that way. Okay, so that direction is the west. West to the end. But with that, unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to cut the episode here. It has been quite a bit of time since the last episode because I have had a bit of a chest infection or asthma or... I've had a really bad cough and I haven't been able to record or do what I wanted to do. So I want to get this episode out. We did manage to complete a lovely little sugarcane farm here and I think it looks quite nice. And we know which direction we're heading sometime soon to go towards the end. Beautiful. I think before we get to the end, I might also want to build the villager breeder so that we can get a couple more librarians like him and get ourselves some more consistent protection and bits and pieces that we need. But until then, this will do for this one. Thank you so much for watching, folks. I hope you don't mind that there was a bit of a delay between this episode and the last, but I think it turned out really nicely. I'm happy with this build over here. And I think it's going to provide us all of the sugarcane that we need. I hope so, at least. We're going to have to build ourselves a gunpowder farm sooner rather than later. But for the time being... God, that one arrow can just disappear, please. For the time being, we should be able to manage with what we can get just from farming creepers at night. So with that, I would like to thank you all for watching. I appreciate the support. I hope if you watched the new Vault Hunters episode, you're excited for that as well. Oh, finally that arrow left. And I would like to thank my Patreon supporters for their continued support. I really appreciate it. You guys are amazing, and it means a lot to me. We built ourselves a pretty nice little building around this. I might fiddle around with how I work with this section just here, but I can do that in between episodes. So until I see you in the next one, I hope you all take care of yourselves, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.